And a very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are watching us on a live stream, or you could be watching us on video on demand. So we appreciate you stopping by.
But we do. That's my line, Tom. That's what I say.
I thought I'd steal some stuff from you today. But anyway, welcome to Easy Level Up Videocast, where we do a weekly show talking all things gaming. I am Tom Mosley, one of your hosts, and as always, joined by the wonderful Hannah Deathridge.
Hello.
How are you, Hannah?
I'm good, thank you, Tom. Apart from my line's been stolen by you. I'm okay. How are you?
You have all the creative ideas, though, so I've got to take some stuff from you every now and then.
Thank you. Keep telling me that. That's nice. Are you okay?
I am not too bad. I'm excited. It's launch month
too. Hey, I've missed you.
It's been a while since we've done it.
Yeah,
we did, unfortunately. Yeah.
We had a week off.
We did have a week. We had to have a break due to scheduling arrangements, conflicts.
Something like that.
We'll go along with that. So we do apologize if you tried to tune in last week and we weren't there, but we are here this week on a slightly later in the week stream once again due to the work that we guys are trying to do for you guys. So hopefully you appreciate us being here as well.
Hey, yeah. I totally just spoke over the fact that you said it's launch week next week.
It is. It's launch week. Get excited.
Do it again. Do it again.
It's launch month. But we are live, and we are going to be talking all things next generation. But we are live, so I want to say hello to the people that have joined us over in chat. So we have Lara, part of our Microsoft Field team, saying, "Hey." We've got Elliot over on Facebook, Games Guru on Twitch, Derek Smith over on Facebook, Games Guru was again having a chat. We've got, who else? We've got David Whittingham, hello sir, over on Facebook, and Owain Jones over on Facebook as well. Guys, we hugely appreciate you being here. But yeah, so Hannah.
Hello.
We're doing some different things in November.
We are. It's all very exciting, Tom.
Do you want to let everybody know what we're going to be getting up to?
Let's do it together because I think you've scheduled this a bit better than I have. But I can tell you all that with next generation consoles being but a few days away, cough, November 10th, cough, also Valhalla, cough. We're going to be doing sort of a takeover for this video cast. So everything's going to be next gen. Is it 4 weeks, Tom?
5 weeks. 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Technically, the 30th of November is still November, which is the last day of the month. So 5 takeover events.
So we've got this one, which will be our Series X introduction and looking at Series X. And then tell us about the next 4.
Yeah, so next we'll be back on Monday. We're going to be doing a deep dive into the Xbox Series S as a separate entity. We're also going to be joined by one of our Xbox category team members as well. So we're going to have a brand new guest and someone with all the knowledge from the category team. Week after that, we're going to be delving into all the next generation accessories when it comes to controllers, playing charge kits, storage devices, all those bits and pieces. So you guys know exactly what you guys can get. After that, Hannah, you're going to be excited for this because we're talking all about optimized games. Yes. So talking Assassin's Creed, talking Cyberpunk, talking Watch Dogs, talking everything, talking first-party studios, everything like that. And then at the final week on the 30th, we're going to be talking about all of the different services. So we're talking about Game Pass, Xbox Live, Xbox All Access, all of those bits and pieces that make Xbox the best place to play games. Which is pretty cool, right?
It's awesome. And that means everybody, by the time it's December, will know everything about everything to do with next-gen consoles and just be really excited and possibly just buy all the things and then just be Xbox fanboys forever and ever. So that's my Christmas dream.
That's your Christmas dream. I love it. I love it. We've had a few more people jump into chat. So we have James over on Twitch as well. We've got Paul Mills over on Facebook. So guys, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. But Hannah.
Hello.
We do need some other people to talk about the Series X.
We do, because you can't just have me fumbling over my words and you just not fumbling over yours. Yeah, pretty much. So we have 2 people with us, 2 marvelous people that you will know and you will love. And I'm going to introduce them to you now. So our first one is gentle. It's the gentle and law-abiding Ger Lynch. He's our first guest. Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. This is the Level Up Videocast. I am Tom Mosley, and welcome.
I just get abused. I don't know why I invite Ger on anymore.
Amazing.
We got abuse last time from Rich. We're getting abuse from Ger this time. I just don't think it's right.
Sorry, I mean, that was fantastic, Ger, and I appreciated it very much.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. But I would like to point out that the 30th of November, Tom, is not still technically November. It is November. It's a day in that month.
It is.
There's no loopholes here. It's actually.
What did Tom do to you, Ger?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I'm just frantically writing down things. What things I can say to Tom. Things I can say to Tom. No. It's usually Hannah that gets it. So
to be fair, it is. So I'm feeling good right now. Are you okay, Ger?
I'm good. Wait till the next guy gets here.
Oh, I've got a good introduction for him. So we had Gentle Ger, and we've got Gold. Always believe in your soul. It's Greg Nichols, everybody.
Here he is. Oh, the dramatic reveal.
That's why I chose him last, because I could see him waiting. Yes.
Do I need to be here anymore? Like, if everyone's got my intro down, I can just leave, right?
You can head, mate. You can head off. Take the day, mate. It's right off. Take the day.
Oh dear, very good.
Hey,
guys,
Greg.
thank you for being here.
That's all right.
Hey, Greg, are you okay?
I'm good. I'm looking all right. Yeah, cool. I'm constantly going to try and look at you guys through the whole thing. It's going to be very difficult.
It's like the Brady Bunch all over again.
I'm good, Hannah. Thank you for asking. I'm really good.
Good.
Suspiciously good.
Suspiciously good. Well, people are appreciating the hoodies we're wearing as well.
We are repping today, everybody. We all look the same.
So comfortable.
They're so nice.
And designed by the wonderful Monica as well, weren't they?
My favourite thing about them, thumb holes. They've got thumb holes. More garments need thumb holes. Tell me that I'm wrong. Change my mind.
Can't tell you that
garments need thumb
you are
holes.
right.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Thank you, Monica, for the designs of these. And happy birthday for
Tuesday.
Last week. It's her week. She's having a birthday week. It's her birthday week. Happy birthday week, Monica. Also, interesting fact for those of the people in the chat that are of our elites and original elites, these are the same hoodies, the same brand of hoodie that we got the coffee hoodies made from.
Okay. So you know how comfy they are.
Welcome to non-interesting, boring facts with Cher.
Well, let's change that, shall we, and have some very interesting quick-fire questions with Hannah instead.
Hit me.
Let's do it.
Okay, then. Quick fire.
Questions.
Quick fire questions. That was a nice little segue. Thank you, Ger. So I have 4 questions for you today. So everybody in chat, please get involved if you want to answer these questions too. Let's get to know a little bit about each other because I like doing that. That's my vibe. So these aren't as quick, so that's why I've got 4.
What's the order as well, Hannah?
The order is Ger, Greg, Tom, and then me.
Okay.
Because if I go first, I always forget. So, okay, first question. Quick fire questions. Earlier, I was like, quick fire questions, and I changed it up, and now I don't know what I'm doing. So, first question is, and it's an actual question, so I'd like to know everybody's answer in chat as well. What is your Christmas game? Christmas 2020. What is your Christmas game?
There was a moment there where I thought, I haven't prepped for these, but then I remembered we don't get told these.
No one preps for them.
No one preps for them. What's my Christmas game? Oh, I like the
Don't say Pez.
No. Oh, hang on. See, this is the thing. So we're talking console or PC game because I was thinking like Christmas games because
like Monopoly,
Cranium.
Oh, Operation.
Cranium is the best game in the world to play.
Okay.
It has charades, building stuff, and Pictionary, and all built into one supercharged monthly game that you can just consolidate.
Like a bag.
So,
it's like a transformer. It's like Voltron of games. There's a neat reference.
Sorry, Hannah, is this computer games or?
Do you know what? Let's do both. What's the game that you play with your friends and family, and what's the game that you're going to be actually playing on PC or? Oh. Okay. Moving on to Greg.
Well, this year I have some time off, so I am on the computer game front. So where do I look? I am going to be playing Cyberpunk when that comes out. So I've sidelined the time to dedicate into Cyberpunk. No one's taking that away from me. Got a new TV ordered. Well, it's already installed. Lovely 55-inch HDR, ready for this. Yes. And that's what I'm going to be doing. When it comes to Christmas games, classic one for the families, Articulate.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Okay. We bought a new one last year, which we played a little bit it was called like Sniffing Town or something. You get scratch and sniff cards, and you have to go around and you have to guess what's there. So it could be ranging from like thyme or mint or baby.
They never smell like what they should smell like, though.
Is this like the Revels of games?
It's like the 90s.
It's like
They're terrifying.
if all of them were coffee.
It's like when you wanted to buy a new gel pen and you'd scratch like the testers to see what they'd smell like.
I've never done that when I was buying a pen. I've just gone, that's the deal, I'll have one. Never scratched a pen and went, yep, that smells like pen.
It is me. It's me now, isn't it?
It is.
I'm pretty much following it on from Greg, so I'm pretty much going to be playing Cyberpunk from release day for the foreseeable future. However, Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed are always the games I ask for Christmas.
Yes.
So I'll have Cyberpunk leading me up to, and then I'll have the joys of getting 2 new games for Christmas to be able to play those. So looking forward to those as well. When it comes to board games, Articulate is a massive shout from Greg, but also Cards Against Humanity. It's always a big family thing.
Of course.
Brings out the worst in everybody, doesn't it?
It's always really awkward playing it with your parents, though, because when you get the really bad cards and you're like, can I play this in front of my mum?
No.
I don't know.
No, you can't.
Yeah, but it's when your mum plays it in front of you. That's when it's dangerous.
Yeah, that's the worrying part.
You didn't know that, mother. Oh, no.
I'm just going to say that Geordie Lass has said Jackbox, which is an
Jackbox.
awesome shout for Christmas games. So that's a really cool one. And Monopoly. So my hang on, Chair. I haven't said my answer yet. Thank you.
Before you get,
So,
before you get yours, because this is for Greg. Greg's, what was your TV, Greg?
55-inch.
Okay, cool. So you know when you said last week that we'd no Christmas bonuses this year, is that what's got the TV? Is that where that's come from? I'm just curious, man.
No, not yet. That was last year's, mate. You got stuff taken out this year. That's
nobody watches this anyway. No one's gonna know. Just tell us.
Just me the whole of your TV. Sorry, guys.
There's no bonus. Sorry, Hannah.
That's okay. I was being sassy anyway. So the answer for me is I'm stuck between, of course, Valhalla or Cyberpunk. Both of those are going to be my Christmas games, and I will be smashing them out on Christmas Day and on Boxing Day and on Christmas Eve and on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. That's what I'll be doing. And then the Christmas, like, family friends game that I play is Whose Line Is It Anyway, the board game.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually lying. It's not Whose Line Is It Anyway. It's Would I Lie to You, the board game. The word lie in it.
A bit of wilty. Not a bit of
Yeah,
wilty.
so would I like to see? Oh, I wish there was a Whose Line Is It Anyway board game, because that's also a great shout. And then we also play Exploding Kittens. If you've ever played
That's
that,
a great game.
that's
I've
great.
only ever seen that. I've only ever seen that. It's when you
Very
get a
good.
cat and you explode it. No, I've never played
I'd
it.
like to add, no cats are harmed in any of these
No,
games.
but there's a Pope of Nope. So if you're if that
The
draws you
Pope
in,
Of
it's a
no.
Pope of Nope. Yeah,
Look into it. Look into it.
it's good. It's a good game.
But
So that was
talking
question
about-
number one.
Just very quickly, talking of board games that have just releasing on console, is Jeopardy is just released on Xbox One, so you can play over the last.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's released. It's I think it's $19.99. But you can get all of Jeopardy, all like these shows of Jeopardy. It's all the same questions. You can play on your Xbox, and you play via your mobile phone as well, so you can play remotely and via streaming and stuff like that.
Just
Anyway.
realized that I turned into a meme there. I was like, I know that one.
I understood that reference.
Okay.
Hannah,
Question
take
number
it away.
2. We're gonna get through these. Question number 2. Would you rather play a
Oh,
game
God.
that is set? Would you rather play a game that is set in the future or set in the past?
Future, please, because it can't be any worse than this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like a game set in 2019. That's
The
as
past.
far back as I need it to go. No, future all day.
Hang on. Of all the years that you've had, you peaked at 2019.
That's all that
I
runs, though, isn't it?
Oh, I did.
The most-
Oh, I
the
did.
most runs.
I did then. It's very. I'm just suspicious of time travel back in the day. Just never know where I'm going to end up. Tom,
So, was that the future or the past?
future. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, always the future.
Okay.
Future.
Can we have a game set in the future that then I time travel back to the past?
Oh God, here you sit on the fence again.
No,
Patience, Tom.
If you forced me to choose, I'd pick the past.
She is forcing you to choose. She's literally asked you the question.
Past.
I am with you there, Tom. 2 votes for the future, 2 votes for the past. With me, it's the past.
You'd always go to the past. I know you.
I will go to the past. You wish you could go to the past like I can.
Like you can? What?
Anyway, question number 3. Okay. Do you use an external storage facility for your games, or do you just uninstall when you get too many and you get a new one? What do you do?
I'm on Game Pass now, and I only play PES, so I just uninstall and then reinstall because they're always going to be there. So yeah, I Game Pass and uninstall.
I'm an uninstaller.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Tom,
Yeah.
talk to us.
I am
about
an
storage.
external. I'm an external guy, so I've got a 2 terabyte console with a 4 terabyte external all plugged in, and it's like 90% full at the moment. So it's I'm an external guy. I have to be. I don't like my internet doesn't always play ball. Ger knows exactly what I'm talking about with the way he's dealing at the moment.
I do, right?
And having to uninstall and then reinstall large games can take a while. Sometimes it's really quick, and sometimes it's a snail's pace. So yeah, just everything's on an external drive for me.
Sweet. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm also an uninstaller.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm surprised at that.
But it's the same, like, because I play so many games from Game Pass, so I just uninstall and install when I need to, as and when they come on and come off, if they're not the first party exclusive. And that brings me on to my final question, which is, okay, let's set the scene. It's December. The snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. 'Tis the season for love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone. Anyway,
I have my decorations up, so I'm okay with this.
And Cyberpunk is out. It's here. Finally, it's here. But you do not have a hard drive, Tom. Your hard drive got corrupted by the past. The people from the past.
Stop it. My heart can't cope.
Again. And you have to uninstall. I don't know how many games, but we're just going to go with one. You have to uninstall one game that's in your current game library. What do you sacrifice? Which game do you sacrifice? But terms and conditions, there will probably be more than one game that you will have to install Cyberpunk 2077. However, for this question, which one would you uninstall?
Oh, Ger can only uninstall PES.
Yep, so
I ain't uninstalling that, mate.
just
Cyberpunk can wait. I'm in the middle of a very important Master League right now. That's not happening.
So is this,
I have Red Dead still installed, so I would uninstall Red Dead.
Same here. Red Dead's gone. Half is gone, mate.
Okay.
Dead to me, mate.
Anyway.
Dead to me.
So I'm just going to continue to break Hannah's heart, and I would also uninstall Red Dead.
3 Red Dead 2s. That is.
Don't listen, Rockstar. Don't listen.
The bold move.
I named my horse Clip Clop in it. And I don't listen.
I'd probably uninstall Assassin's Creed Origins.
I did.
Hang on, but
I've already got that uninstalled though.
Yeah, but I can uninstall it any time. But I hurt. That actually hurt.
It's fickle.
You know those gifs where the arrow just goes through the heart? That's what happened 3 times to me. Right there.
People are agreeing though. People are agreeing.
I mean, you just skip past that one that wasn't agreeing, but that's okay.
I'm not the biggest Assassin's Creed fan. It wasn't my thing, Hannah. So I would buy all the Assassin's Creed and uninstall them to spite you.
What is this?
Hannah,
It's just like burning money.
Wow.
Hannah she likes to whittle things.
Whittle? It's whittle? Oh, this is too much, guys. That brings us to the end of our quick fire questions. Thank you very much for joining in today with the question.
Hannah's now going to leave and us cry.
I am.
Why is everyone dabbing?
I don't know. I really don't like it.
Okay, Hannah's gone. We can talk about her now.
Oh, rude.
There you go. I'll swap you around.
Tom, should we get to into the crux?
We probably should. We
Get to the crux.
probably should. So as Hannah already said, the top end of this stream is today we're going to be talking all about the Series X and what are kind of the biggest things that we're really looking forward to with the next generation of console. But before we do that, we represent Microsoft in the job that we do. We have Xbox Ones that we play. We're representing pretty well with our uniforms currently. But what I want to know from you guys is, when did you get your first Xbox? Was it an OG? Was it a 360? Was it through work that you got it? Or anything like that? So when did you get it? What made you make that decision to go for Xbox? So yeah, a little bit of a roundtable discussion. Keep the conversations going. And I want to know in chat when you guys first got your Xbox. What was the first Xbox you got and why? So I'm going to start with Ger. We'll do the same order as we did for quickfire questions.
The first Xbox I played was the OG. My brother had it, but I didn't have it. I was a different person back then. The first Xbox that I bought, well, I didn't even buy. I was a manager in GameStop in Ireland, and I was given a Xbox 360 at the launch of the 360. And the reason I wanted it, and I really wanted it, was we had just seen the Halo trailer for launch that was coming out afterwards, and I was like, I need to have that game. That looked epic, absolutely epic. So 360, and I managed to dodge the Rings of Doom.
Nice.
GG, well done, Ger.
Very happy with that. Yeah, it was great. I really liked it. My first experience with thumbsticks as well, because I was a D-pad boy. But yeah, we enjoyed it. Good console. It's a good console. Expandable hard drives as well. Who didn't like that?
And now we all rely on them. Apart from you three, just uninstall games.
Just uninstall everything, mate. Just get rid of it.
Dead to me. Uninstall the console. Refresh it.
What about yourself, Greg?
So if I go on the same thing that Ger said, really, I'd be the first one I played was the original Xbox. Purely because my uncle had it. I couldn't afford it at the time, and I took it just to play Halo. Everybody was caught up with that, and I had a PlayStation, and I just went, I need to play this game. And it was kind of like from dusk till dawn, like the first half, or first third, I think it was just a space adventure. And then all the aliens started coming out of the mix, and then it was all, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I played that. Then I was a tester for Fable and on the 360 as well.
He loves dropping this story.
So we can blame Greg for 2 and 3.
yeah. I think we need more. So was that for there, but it still wasn't my Xbox at the time. So it was my Unimate's Xbox as well. So that's fine for the 360. So my first one was when I joined you guys. So I was talking to Paolo, who was in the team. Shout out to Paolo. He's dead to me.
Jesus.
But so I got given, when I joined you guys, I got given a 1S, and then I was talking about a TV I had at the time, and then Paolo looked at me disgusted and went, "So you've got a 4K television, but you're on the 1S." He went, "Upgrade yourself, man. You're the boss. Upgrade yourself." And so I took one from the studio, and that was my first own Xbox 1X. And I say I haven't looked back when it comes to the 4K aspects of that, and the HDR when it kicks in for the television. So that was my first one, and then I just started using Game Pass to download absolutely everything. And
Ertang.
But yeah, so Xbox, a bit later, but Xbox One S and X is my thing.
My time.
Hannah, I'm gonna go to you first next.
Okay, I have a story though, Tom.
Okay, hit us with it.
Okay, my story is if you've kept up with me on the Videocast, you will know that back in the day I used to play educational games on the PC, like Jump Ahead French, and then other cartoon rabbit games like Jazz Jam Rabbit 2.
What was the name of that thing where you learned languages?
Jump Ahead French.
No, there's another one.
Jump Ahead French. That's what I used to play.
Betty Crocker's Languages.
That's what I used to. No, that's the cake. That's what I used to play during my childhood. And I used to play everything on the PC. And then when I wasn't playing on the PC, I was playing the actual board game Monopoly with my toys. And I never won. And I couldn't work out why. And then I used to play Theme Hospital and Sims and Zoo Tycoon on the PC. And then I used to play handheld consoles. So what I'm trying to get at is that I didn't really play Xbox until very further on in my life, until I was a teenager. Because when I was a kid, I was playing all these other things. However, my first experience with Xbox was at other friends' houses, and that was the original Xbox. But my own Xbox. I'm answering the question. Come on.
What was the point of that backstory? You just went. And anyway, let's talk about Xbox now.
I like it because everybody cares. Okay, Ger. Alas. My friends used to play Viva Pinata. I remember going to my friend's house and watching them play Viva Pinata, and I was like, I need to play it. So I got an Xbox 360, and I played Viva Pinata, and then I played Fable. So it was the exclusives that got me into Xbox, but that kind of hooked me straight away. And then it was Oblivion and things like that I got on Xbox. And then all those many years ago, when GTA 5 came out, on 360, which still blows my mind.
Oh,
It happened. So that was like the first kind of major, all my friends have this console and this is the game we're all going to play together online experience. So that's my story.
Like
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for your story.
Thanks for clapping, guys.
What happened?
Everyone needs to stop dabbing.
Sorry.
For me, as similar to Hannah, it's not exactly as long a story. But if you follow from the original,
The Bible isn't as long a story.
No, don't even come for me right now.
If you'd follow from the original starting of Videocast, we were talking kind of our backstory of gaming is, as a kid, I was a PlayStation gamer, PS1, PS2. And I remember playing the OG Xbox at a friend's house. And within the week of first playing it, I traded in my PlayStation consoles and bought an OG Xbox One with Halo and Jet Set Radio, sorry. And that was like just playing Halo, playing that exclusive game, and Halo has now transitioned through my life of Xbox. And that's what's really kept me, is just initially playing Halo and just going, bam, this is the console that I want to play. So even the large controller I really enjoyed. I much prefer bigger controllers to smaller ones.
Big, yeah.
So the OG, shout out to the OG Xbox controller, still has a lovely place in my heart.
Still my favorite opening scene for any Xbox. You know, you power it on the opening bit when you power on the Xbox. It's still my favorite intro.
It's almost
I
flubber.
like the 360 one with the
swirl.
the round, the shapes.
Yes, Greg.
How many? Since you are the tattoo gamer, how many? Well, firstly, I got two questions for you. Very off topic. Well, on topic. How many gaming tattoos do you have? And with the new launch of Series X and S, are you planning on getting any more gaming tattoos on your body?
Greg's gonna fund them for you, is what he's saying.
Yeah. So if I can stick them on the company credit card, then we can definitely talk.
That's the only way to do tattoos.
Question 3: have you done your expenses?
So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 gaming related tattoos.
I know 2 of them.
I converted 7 of them.
What?
I've got
My
Mass Effect sleeve. I've got a Mass
Gears.
Effect chest piece. I've got the Gears Lego on my back.
You've got the controller.
And then I've got my controller on my arm.
We did
Is
good.
it your controller?
Oh no, that's a lie. I have 5 gaming tattoos because I've also got the Lancer on the inside of my arm.
Literally written on your body.
Yeah. So yeah, I always plan on getting more gaming tattoos. This controller and the Lancer is going to be part of a line work gaming half sleeve. I'm getting another character from Mass Effect on my leg that I'm trying to plan and design and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, plenty more to come. To come.
I'm going to get an Assassin's Creed tattoo and a Witcher tattoo. So
I'm going to uninstall you then, Hannah.
I'm going to get a Red Dead one on my forehead.
I get my first tattoo at Christmas.
Are you?
Yeah, here. I'm getting a Batman symbol with my family crest built into it across my shoulder.
I like it. But as that slightly derail of talking tattoos, as much as I'm always happy to talk tattoos, especially when it comes to gaming ones as well, we are here to talk about the Series X, and we've kind of looked at where we started our Xbox journey. And as of Tuesday, so excited, we have the next generation of Xboxes coming out with the Series X and Series S, but we're going to talk specifically Series X in this one. So I want to kind of keep this conversational, keep it going, and ask you guys, what's the feature that you're most looking forward to when it comes to the Series X? What is about it that's making you want to grab this next gen console? But to keep it away from like text and specs and just kind of reading off something, like I'd love to know what that actually means to you as a gamer. Like, by having this feature, what's it actually going to give you as a gamer? And I'm going to go Greg first, then Hannah, then Ger, then me.
Cool. Well, in a very Hannah Deathwish way, let me take you on a journey.
What page are we on, Greg? Hang on.
4017.
Can we all turn to this page in our textbooks?
Chapter 500, subsection B.
No, if we talk about this, I've mentioned it to you, Tom. We've been having more discussions around games you tell me to install, and then I install it like 4 months later, and then go, "Why didn't someone tell me this sooner?" But for me, the best feature, or the thing that I want to try and rectify, is actually I spend a lot of time waiting around for games to load, but it becomes normal. It becomes a kind of a normalcy with aspects. So I'll wait for that game to load. So I'm playing the Outer Worlds still, right? I'm about to go into the expansion, but I'll just go, okay, well, I've entered into this part of the city. I'll just go make, well, not a cup of tea because I don't drink tea. I'll go do something else, right? I'll go for a 20-minute run. I'll go do something. And then I'll come back and it's fine. But actually, that's not okay. And so actually, I spent quite a lot of time waiting. Oh yeah, let me go through that doorway. Oh, let me wait for this level to load. And actually, if you take the timings in, it's like, I think it was like a minute and a bit the other day when I was trying to get something loaded in on the Outer Worlds. I mean, no disrespect to the Outer Worlds, but I know that dramatically increases when you go into a Series S or X. So that's something for me that it's actually quite life-changing for that. And it's been on every generation consoles, but then the games have become so much larger and more graphic intensive that the load times haven't really changed until now. It's always been, okay, well, I'll deal with 20 seconds here and there. And it's the same way that I went from poorer Android mobile devices to better Android mobile devices, that you can see the difference there of actually when I press open my Facebook app, it loads straight away compared to what I used to use even a year ago. I'm like, oh wow, that is saving me half a second, and that builds up. So I cannot wait to be able to, and I'm going to do that the geeky thing where I do test it. I'm going to go, okay, let me go through this, let me come back out, let me see if it's rendered. It's going to be crazy for that. So that is me keeping away from it. But yeah, it's always going to be about load times. Yeah.
And I suppose it keeps you in that world as well. Like I had a very similar experience with you with Outer Worlds of going into a new area, it kind of spending a while loading to then go, well, actually, I'm now taken out of that world because the loading screens are bothering me. So when it comes into that, I'm kind of slightly less invested. So I think the faster loading times, I completely agree with you, Greg, is just going to make it kind of more immersive because you just don't have to worry about load screens as much. So yeah.
And, so we have for people who don't know, we have our Monday morning calls with the whole Evangelist team. And if I ever get to use the general time or the general tone of, okay, guys, you can have 5 minutes back. Never before has those 5 minutes before my next call at 10 meant I could go onto my Xbox and quickly load a game. And that's, whenever you hear that from 2 weeks' time for me, I think maybe onwards, if you hear me say, guys, I'm giving you 7 minutes back, that's because something's just loaded. We're ready. We're in.
I want to know what game you're actually playing in 7 minutes, though.
That's for another.
We can talk about that when we come to the optimized game videocast in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that seeding.
These games. These many monies.
Greg, thank you very much. Hannah, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to Series X and next generation?
I will tell you, because if you do not know, here's a story about. No, I'm not going to go. But I'm
what page?
333, please.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Are we all ready? We all there? Yeah.
Yep. Continue.
Okay, good. So if you do not know already, which you all do, I'm a huge RPG fan, and I love open world immersive games, and I love all of the textures surrounding me while I'm in the forest and the vicinity of castles and the rivers and just the piles of mud that are around. Like I love it, and how
Very descriptive.
all the graphical capabilities can immerse you into a game. It makes me so happy. So to think about what we can have with the Series X and Direct, you really named it really well earlier, Tom.
So I think what you're referring to is the DirectX 12 Ultimate integration. So taking
with
PC spec
architecture,
Xbox Velocity architecture.
There you go. So
to be official, we're going to break it down, Hannah. You're going to break it down.
How I would explain it is when I'm trotting along on my horse and I look round at all the trees and all the things beneath me and all the rocks, they're all made up of all these little shapes. And this is where I'm really excited about mesh shading, because if you imagine a blueprint and you imagine the kind of mapping that you can get on things, and you can break it down and see how you would have like a mesh area for things, that means that there's more space to make all these little shapes and all the little things that actually build up these graphic textures around you. So to have more meshing means more possibility, means more dynamic worlds. So just that in itself, I just want to see some really cool rocks, and I want to climb up these mountains. I always climb up and I always fall down, and I just want the detail to be even better. So I think mesh shading for me is going to be something. And then also excited for the ray tracing as well, because light is a powerful thing, and I've been looking at the difference between even playing Minecraft and having an oven just sitting in your house and just seeing the light emit from the oven in a totally different way. So where the reflection works and it lights up other things, it's just gonna be so immersive. And I'm kind of scared because I won't want to ever leave the Xbox, because it's just going to be really realistic. But those are the two things that I'm really excited about. And
you definitely won't be playing horror games with the Series X then.
Definitely won't be.
I don't play horror games anyway. Never again.
Isn't mesh shading a new way of taking what was essentially pixels? So they use pixels to map out shapes and create shapes, but they've taken this is managed to get, like, instead of say 36 pixels to make a rock, it's 5 million, but the mesh shading squeezes it all into a much smaller way of doing it and spreading it out to make it look more detailed with less memory.
It's always been shading, various different types of shading, but mesh shading gives you the extra
detail.
The ray tracing, what I've seen so far, the ray tracing, even on the games that are not new for Series X but are upscaled slightly, looks incredible. It makes a massive difference in games. Reflections on cars, water, everything in games, it looks incredible.
What I think is really cool as well is that ray tracing isn't just about light.
Yep.
It's also audio as well, so you get lifelike audio sound waves.
That's awesome.
So it actually includes, it's like lifelike light rays and lifelike sound waves. So depending on the environments you're in, you're also going to be able to hear differently as well.
That's great.
Which is why I'm super looking forward to horror games, because I'm a weirdo and really like playing horror games. Is to be in these really dark, damp environments, and then you kind of hear this monster like crawling around the environment and going, I know exactly where he is because the directional sounds and how it bounces off stuff. And all those bits.
Resident Evil's going to be sick on that. Then I'll be tuning in for that. I'll be tuning in for that.
Nope. Big nope for me. Right there, big nope.
Nope for me as well. And then we've got variable rate shading as well, which is another graphically enhancing thing, which means that
Go on. Put all of this in context. As Derek has very, very clearly put this to us, level of detail is going to be sick.
Pretty much, that's it. Yeah. I think variable rate shading is cool because it uses the motion. So where you are moving to, it means that the detail will go in front of you if you're looking in front or behind you, or whichever way you're moving forward.
And again, I've seen this on one of the racing games they've shown off already, and with the gameplay piece, you see so much further in front of you than you could before.
Yeah.
Like so you see corners coming a lot further down the track than you would have seen them before. Even though, and before you wouldn't have noticed it, but it's so much more obvious now, which is great for somebody who is got very bad reactions like me. So
it's great for someone that only plays PES. Awesome.
Hey, some of the pitches have running tracks around them, so I can see that detail around the corner.
Very true. Very, very true.
Don't only play PES.
But Hannah, anything else to add, or you?
Not really. That
happy?
was my three main things I'm really excited. It's just the visuals for me. That's the main thing, and I just want to feel like I don't need to ever go outside again because the graphics are better on my Xbox.
Yeah, it's giving you that kind of immersion.
Yeah,
immersion.
It's the key word of it. Keyword.
Did I leave the immersion on? Did I turn the immersion off? Who knows?
We've just got a question in the chat.
Ooh, what's going?
Question for y'all.
From Dave. And it's,
what's up, Dave?
What was the first game you ever brought with your own money? Quick fire question.
That's a great question.
Oh, what was
question.
it?
Formula One. The very first Formula One game.
What was mine? I don't know if
it was on a different console. And I remember seeing it and going.
Game.
I remember seeing games showing it on the big screen that they had in their store, but it was one of those big screens with the massive backs on them back in the day. You know, like a cinema screen that nobody could afford and a huge footprint. And they had Formula One as a demo on it. And I remember standing there with my brother going, "Oh my God, that looks amazing. It almost looks real." It hasn't aged well. But back then it looked real. And I literally did whatever I could over the next couple of weeks to get a few quid together to go and buy it. Great question.
Great question, Dave.
I think mine was Jackie Chan Adventures.
Wow!
That was the first one I bought with my own money.
Talk about that TV show. What a show! You might Greg find it out.
Oh my God! Don't. Yes, Uncle. One more thing.
And one more thing.
One more thing. The best. Jade. Oh, the best. But yeah, the game was great. And you collect the talismans as you go through the game. Very good game.
Oh, what? Well, that's my evening trying to
find Jackie Chan Adventures.
Jackie Chan Adventures. You might go find it out. My first game, I think it might have been on the Sega Mega Drive. Then it was a Mickey Mouse game, Mickey Mouse Fantasia or something like that. Or how?
Oh, that was amazing.
The game.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was a game.
It was before your time, Hannah.
Hey, I've been here longer than you guys. I'm an old soul.
So yeah, that was my first one, and now I'm gonna wish I played Jackie Chan Adventures.
Sims, a lot of votes for Sims.
One, yeah, I played a Sims 4. I played a lot. I had a lot of games because I did a NES and a SNES, but I never bought them myself.
I stole them.
Other people. Yeah,
Isn't that what everyone did back then? It was the 80s. We were poor.
Well, that's what Greg did with his actual Xbox. So there we go.
And all the accident to me. Don't at me, bro. Don't at me.
I will.
Just walking around the shops, looking at people, going, "I'm so poor. Help me."
Yeah, I can't honestly think of what my first game that I would have personally bought. I remember the first 18 rated game I bought when I turned 18.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought it in a game store that I worked in, and my manager still ID'd me because he was being an asshole. I'm just going to say it out there.
Do you want to add that one to the list, Tom?
Yeah, add that to the list.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised you played your first 18 game when you were 18. My
parents are pretty strict. My parents are pretty strict.
Wow. I remember playing GTA Liberty City when I was like 10 something.
It's bad parenting, isn't
it? Well, my mum didn't know until later. Sorry, Mum. Love you, Mum.
Shout out to Hannah's mum.
It was Bully, or Canon Edit, as it was originally called.
Write down in the chat if you want him to get a tattoo of Bully.
Everyone now, spam the chat. Spam the chat.
Anyway,
you book your next tattoo. That's what we should be doing.
Is that my Christmas present now? Is it?
This season,
we're going to get a tattoo designed, and it has to be on your body.
The season 8 giveaway is that you get to design Tom's next tattoo.
Oh,
no.
The limits on. We'll send you the limits on.
Oh dear. But Dave, thank you very much for that question. I like the ad hoc questions.
That was a good question.
But to go back on track,
Ger,
what are you most looking forward to when it comes to Series
X? As a man that plays lots of games on his Xbox.
Ger, why are you on this video, cuz? Sorry.
He's gone.
To be fair, I deserve that after today's antics.
True.
That's a fair show. I'm actually looking forward to Quick Resume because as Daggercast put in chat, Football Manager is also coming to Xbox, so that's going to be great. That's 2 football sims and probably FIFA as well. There's 3, the holy trinity. There's I do like to dip in and out of games. Like I'm playing Sims at the moment as well, and I was playing Red Dead, so I like to dip in and out. And after playing one game for a while, you like to freshen it up. So the fact that I can just go between them, again to Greg's point, it removes that thought process of it. I don't have to sit there and go, "Oh, will I bother? Will I not?" Well, I'll do that, and then I go make a tea and come back, and I don't have to bother doing that. And one thing that really, on the other point that Greg made was about the loading times on it as well. We saw it last night with Watch Dogs. Me and Hannah were saying it. There's a couple of loading screens during Watch Dogs going, this is going to be gone in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. This is gone. that's a big. I think that's a real jumping off moment for our console generation to actually be able to go. This thing that we can all see right now that we're all so used to is gone in 5 weeks' time.
Yeah,
that's massive. I think that's huge. The other thing as well, to be more relevant to what I normally talk about, is PES is getting a new game engine, so that's going to look great next year, isn't it?
It's going to look amazing, Jet. That's super good.
Jet, you
Yes.
know what? As you're playing The Sims,
Yes.
are you just playing as you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you getting up to?
Not a lot, really.
Yeah.
Mostly set myself on fire. Why are Sims so flammable?
Why are you playing as yourself when you?
Why are they
can play
afraid? Why are they
as well?
afraid of water? I remember there's three characters at the moment, but
Oh, okay.
anyway. But it's growing. But yeah, they just all set themselves on fire. They can't be trusted to make. One of them was making a sandwich and ignited itself.
Yeah, there's a flammable. There's paninis.
Well, do you know what's also really good, Jer? You're talking about The Sims, and that's coming technically to Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play as of Tuesday as well. So you can play The Sims 4 on your Xbox as part of EA Play.
Oh, that's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, Jess, we're not talking about Sims killing. But we're not talking about killing Sims. We're talking about Sims spontaneously self-combusting.
It happens.
Sandwiches.
It happens.
But really, we're talking about the Series X. That's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I'll say very quickly, but again, me and Jer keep throwing to each other. I love it. On Jer's point, I want to have maybe have a segment when I come on here once a month. Greg's moan section.
Greg's moan section.
Yeah, thank you for this section. What I'm annoyed about,
Hey.
what I'm annoyed about is you said in 3 or 4 weeks' time. Oh, fantastic! In 3 or 4 weeks' time, yeah, the loading times will be next to none, right? But I've had to endure for the 25 years of gaming. I'm 33, but 25 years of gaming. I've had to endure loading times and all this. So the kids today are not going to have any load times. That's going to be how they see games. That's going to annoy me. Or
what are you gonna?
That 1 second of load time, they're going to think that's long. They haven't had to endure what we've had to do.
That's true.
I literally built a housing estate while starting up GTA 5.
I really like the loading times sometimes, and it depends what games you're playing, because you get some really cool tips. And I'm saying it again, I've said this before. When you're playing Skyrim and it goes through the monsters and through the tips and tricks that you can do, I need those in the loading time. So that's what
I
me.
was moaning. There wasn't a time to
Sorry.
moan.
Sometimes I'm gonna help you out here, Greg. Sometimes those facts are interesting, and I'll go, "That's an interesting fact." And before I finish reading it, it's changed to another one. I'm like, "Well, that was useless, wasn't it?" That's just you've sucked me in, and then you've just gone.
Yeah, it's a bit like how you control the comments in this stream, and
and you get a second, and you get a second, and you get a second.
Moan of the week.
I think that's a really good point, though.
Hey, Mona. Anyone knows that?
No one.
I'd appreciate
It's this whole thing we're saying about floppy disk as well. Go like, that's a floppy disk, and then there's a whole generation of people going, no, that's the save icon. It's like, no, that was the thing that actually existed. We used that, and this is the same. I'm going to go, oh my god, that was 5 seconds. That was so slow. I go, what? Yeah, so I have been startled by back in my day when I was young.
I knew Jeff would jump on this.
I was like, hey, rant, I'm in, take my money. We're having a rant. I have been startled by GTA 5 because the loading screen goes on for so long that you zone into your phone, you're like, and next, boom, and you're like, oh.
Oh, it's that noise. It's like when it goes to the next person, and then you press on the D-pad. It's like, and then you go to Trevor. I know exactly what noises you mean. Yeah, yes.
That's the joy. Like, to your point, Jer, of like with quick resume, I'm bringing this back on track as best I possibly can.
Right.
To your point with quick resume is GTA GTA 5 may be one of your quick resume games that you can be playing Football Manager, playing PES, and you go, actually, you know what? I want to jump into GTA. Just flip across. It's one of your 5 most recent played games. You're in that within a couple of seconds.
It's great,
which is amazing if you compare it to what it was on 360 when it launched, and when it launched onto Xbox One as well. Is people memed the loading times, and now we don't have to anymore, which I think is awesome.
No, and we got GTA 5 in the next 6 generations of consoles as well, so we got that to look forward to as well.
That's next week's vote. That's a good
Game,
vote.
yeah.
Oh, I had it a couple of
Good
weeks
game.
because like, come on, Rockstar,
All
come
right,
on.
stop.
Give us what we want.
dissing Rockstar
Give us what
Games.
we
You're
want.
hurting me.
Let's
You're
leave
hurting me.
Rockstar alone before
I
they
know.
decide to go and shut down.
I know.
But I'm gonna, in a matter of time, I'm gonna switch across to what I'm looking forward to most
Please
when
do.
it comes to Series X, and it follows on actually from a comment from Derek, which he made earlier on, about half an hour ago. But I'm now gonna put it on screen for you.
The thumbs.
Which was not that comment. It was this one. And Derek's saying the 4 generations of backwards compatibility and games to choose from for him. And I'm exactly the same. And I think what I love most about kind of next generation is I still play a lot of retro games. But even those original Xbox games or those 360 titles, I'm still getting the benefit of next generation power. So to go on Greg's point, I'm still going to get better loading times. To go to Jer's gone. Bye, Jer. Not Jer.
No, Jer's
Greg.
still here. Greg is gone.
To go to
Really?
to go to Jer's point, I can use quick resume to jump between those backwards compatible titles at a snap of a finger. But to then go on to Hannah's point of all that power and performance and games looking considerably better, you're seeing all of those benefits even in backwards compatible titles. And that's, as I said, across the 4 generations. And when it comes to accessories working, and we'll jump into this more in a couple of weeks, but they're forwards and backwards compatible. Like, you don't have to buy a whole new collection of games, a whole new collection of accessories.
Yeah.
Anything from the last 4 generations, when it comes to games, you can play on Xbox One, Series X or Series S. Let's add, there he is. Oh, there he is. So yeah, I can jump back and forth between these generations at a snap of a finger and make sure I'm using my own Xbox One controller, so I don't have to buy a whole new load. I think that's the biggest thing for me. It's that accessibility to gaming that Xbox is giving is, I think, the biggest thing for me. And yeah, it kind of encompasses all of your points when it comes to load times and quick resume and power. But that just, for me, encompasses everything to go, you know what? We're making this console for you as gamers.
Yeah.
And if you want to play it how you want to play it, you crack on. So yeah, Derek, thank you very much for pointing that out. I think it's a really good shout.
There's a great piece. There's a great piece in that because it is, you said, it's about making consoles for gamers, for the people that have been playing Xbox forever. It's not a case of every generation, let's rinse you for whatever we can by going, here's a slightly modified controller that will only work on that console and your old ones won't work. It's about giving people that ability to just jump into the next generation as smoothly as possible and bring their stuff with them. I think that's a massively positive message.
Yeah, 100%. It's, you play how you want to play. You play on the devices you want to play, the games that you want to play with who you want to play them with.
Yeah, it's great.
To steal the marketing line from Xbox. I was stealing Hannah's comments earlier.
Tom, I've got a question.
Greg.
No,
Yes, mate.
Cheers, mate. You may know this, you may not know this actually. So on my Elite controller, right? Elite controller 2, obviously, because I'm a baller. I can reassociate buttons. Would I be able to reassociate any of those? Hello.
That was terrible.
Will I be able to reassociate any of those buttons to a share button when the new console comes out? Do we know that? I don't know. Honest to God, it was a question.
I don't actually know, but you know what, Greg? The first thing I'm going to do when I get my Series X is I'm going to test that for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out and get an answer.
I love my controller. Oh, she's...
Because what you can do at the moment, and what I've done on my Elite Series 2 controller, is two of my paddles I've associated with take a screenshot and record gameplay. So I know that if I click my bottom left paddle, I'm going to take a screenshot, bottom right paddle, it will capture gameplay. I'm not sure if you can replace the share button on the new controllers to that. So it's a click for a screenshot or click and hold, but you can set it as to be able to do those functions. I just don't know if you can kind of do both in one button. But I'll have a look in for you, mate. I'll look into it.
We've got an accessory video cast coming up, and we might know by that time.
Well, I'll know by then, so we can bring it back. We'll bring Greg's question back when we do the accessory video cast.
There's a load of questions coming in now in chat. David Atkins has one, but shedding some more light on this. But the fact that the Series XS games with dynamic frame rates can be improved substantially, does that mean pretty much that all 360 games with that option can run faster without a bespoke patch?
So yeah, your OG and 360 games will run better without a patch, just standard, because it's running on better hardware. It's the same thing we had with the One X with 360 titles and OG titles as well. I'm going to bring it back to my favorite game series, which is Mass Effect. Mass Effect uses elevators as loading screens.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's a loading screen, but you're in an elevator and it's moving. Blah. If you play that on the 360 and the loading screen is like 2 minutes long, well, the elevator ride is 2 minutes long.
It's a big building.
I then played that on Xbox One X, and it halved that elevator ride. So it is instantly, without a patch, is making it a more accessible game. Means I'm not standing in an elevator for ages. It just means even without a patch, I'm getting improvements, and we'll see that with Series X as well.
You're probably getting gravity sickness as well if you're going to move that quickly in the elevator. Jess has said, have we talked about the beautiful the top of the Xbox is?
We haven't touched on design, to be fair. Yeah, we haven't even touched on it.
But functionality, as in what it's going to give to us, not the looks. All right, Jess. All right, bringing it into the looks. Lovely.
There we go. It's all about looks. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about the design? And we're going to overrun today, but I don't care.
It's clever. It's a clever design. Heat rises. It's a clever design. One fan designed with space for heat to come up and get out of the console. I think it's a very clever design. And it's, to be fair, we're leaning into our history, aren't we? Windows PC, Windows gaming. So if you're going to design anything, Tower is probably the best way to do it. So I think it's very clever. And it's nice.
That's what I like about it.
I'm cool with it. It matches when I've got a dedicated room with that new TV. That's probably going to go next to it. Everything is square looking. Everything is all sharp edges, borderless designs, that sort of stuff. That's going to plonk itself right next to my chosen. I can't think. I don't want to say her name. Whatever. Not girlfriend wise.
My chosen girlfriend.
Oh my god! I'm glad she doesn't have Facebook or Twitch. My Amazon person thing.
Oh, because everyone else's will go up.
Your personal assistant, Greg. Your AI.
Yeah.
I watched the South Park episode the other day where they were that was really funny. I really like the design. I love that the design became a meme, as it all does all the time now, because life is a meme. And then Microsoft thought, that's really good. I'm going to up that, and I'm actually going to create a fridge. I'm going to embrace the meme, and I'm going to make the fridge. And
I'm going to say this. I kind of like that fridge. I would have that in my house.
I really like that
fridge.
I would replace my fridge with that. Yeah, even my wife Hannah said, "Yeah, I would actually have that in the kitchen." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?"
That's what you call a boss fridge. That's a boss fridge.
Nice fridge.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good looking design. I think we're still under that whole kind of do I need a new area? Do I need a new TV stand? I think people
need a new fridge.
Like, But no, it's awesome. Sleep.
Actually, that answers the question. Tom and Hannah, Xbox Series X, new TVs.
Yes.
Discuss.
So, I think I know where you're kind of going with this, so I'm going to go with what I think you're going on about. There is kind of obviously true 4K and native 4K with the Series X. So to get the best resolution out of it, you'll need a 4K TV. There is HDR or high dynamic range enabled within the Series X as well, as it has been with the One X. Oh yeah, I've never noticed that. How have I never noticed that? That's brilliant. Anyway,
I missed that completely.
As in HDR.
Hannah Deathridge.
Red.
Oh!
Can we call it HDR?
Dan Sherwood, shout out to Dan Sherwood, calls me HDR all the time.
Now that you mention it,
I'm doing it now.
She is very clear.
If you'd like to come to my television show, that's HD TV. So there you go.
Love it. But yeah, you can get HDR with the Series X, as we had with the One X and One S as well. But you do need a HDR10 TV to be able for that to work. But probably the biggest change from last generation is the 120 frames per second message that we're really pushing and making gamers aware that the Series X can go up to 120 frames per second. But in order for that to happen, your TV does need a HDMI 2.1 technology inbuilt into it. to the point of which I was doing some online shopping this morning, looking at TVs with HDMI 2.1 technology, and then being told no by the wife.
Oh. What I would recommend actually is because it is more immersive as well. Is I think it's not just TVs. I think everyone should be getting sound bars and all the.
Dolby Atmos.
You have to.
I have no idea what to buy. That is a good shout, and maybe that is another Videocast with the accessory. That is
yes. Let's do TVs and speakers.
My last big lockdown purchase was my 5-point Sony surround sound system. So I'm good.
Surround sound's the best.
And the killer is right of a 70-inch TV that is 3 years old, smart TV. It's 3 years old, so it's just missed out on HD. The thing
HBO.
On me, yep.
It's HD, but it hasn't got the 2.1.
Oh lordy, it's live.
So yeah, I've got HDMI 2.0 technology, just not HDMI 2.1. So I won't be able to get the 120 frames straight away. Though I'm gonna slowly save up for a TV.
How slowly?
Pretty slowly.
You got to pay off that fridge that you bought for it.
Oh yeah, I've got to pay off that fridge, and so yeah, plenty of things to look forward to.
GTA 6 should be out by then, Tom.
But yeah, it's talking technology. There are certain aspects that you will need in a TV to be able to gain all this benefits. So yeah, if you are buying a Series X and looking forward to all this power and performance, make sure that you're getting the right technology in your TV, or if you already have the right technology in your TV.
Yes.
Just double check.
You're supporting 4K gaming and the 3D spatial audio as well, so get some good speakers.
Get it done. Get it done. Can I finish off with design as we kind of sidetracked?
Yeah, go on.
A lot as a couple of
wrong.
Derek has been spelling balla, and so I'm correcting him.
Oh, but you've spelled it wrong, Ger.
No, that's the brand. The brand is baller.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, design. You kind of mentioned it when it comes to like the power and performance and all those bits and pieces. The Series X and S, but we'll get into that next week, has been designed from the inside out. It's designed in a very specific way, and it got memes, got called a fridge and all those bits and pieces. But instead of like Xbox going, right, this is the shape and size we want, let's make everything fit inside it, which is when then you can encounter issues and stuff like that with trying to make chipsets smaller or fans smaller to fit in what you want, is we've gone, you know what, let's make the world's most powerful console and let's build a shell around it and make it look sleek and sexy. As Greg's already said, it fits perfectly within his aesthetic in his room, is to be able to say, we've done all of this, we've built it perfectly, let's put a shell around it. Yeah.
And you can see when they've done the deep dives and they've done the breakdown of how every piece connects to every piece, it's very clear that was the thought process behind it. It's a logical thinking process. It's just start there and work up. Dave Atkinson's comment, by the way, Tom,
I love it. I love
it. This is outstanding comment. I was laughing watching it. Like, this is great.
Game plan, no pun intended.
Flowers,
see if I can do it.
Yes, M&S.
Best part of the whole thing, the M&S meal deal. That's the best bit of the whole thing.
It's brilliant. But yeah, we've covered quite a lot today. We've overrun, but we kind of probably knew that was going to happen anyway. We found out a little bit about us with quickfire questions. We found our history of Xbox, but we've also kind of done a bit of a deep dive into all of our favorite aspects of what's going to be happening with the Series X and really actually what that means for the gamer, because we can all read tech specs and go, oh, cool, it's got this. No idea what that means. But being able to relate it to go, you know what, as a gamer, this is what it's going to give you, I think is super important. Yeah. So yeah, if you have only recently jumped in, watch it back on video on demand. We cover some really good points about power and performance, load times, backwards and forwards compatibility, and quick resume, and all those bits and pieces. So plenty of stuff to look forward to. We've only got, how many days is it now? It's a Thursday today. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days. And then it releases on the 5th.
4 sleeps. That's
4 sleeps. 4
Santa's
sleeps
coming.
till Xbox.
Santa's coming.
It's about 19 sleeps till Chris. Oh, no.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Plus
Definitely not 19.
No, I'm excited.
But yeah, so we've really looked into just quoting Elf now.
Yeah.
We've looked into the Series X today. I hope the stuff we've talked about and how that's going to be useful for you as a gamer has been useful for you guys. But yeah, I want to say a massive thank you for Greg and for Ger for joining us.
Yeah,
always appreciated you guys coming, and you two just bounce off each other. You two can derail a conversation, no problem.
I know I get sucked in, so I do apologise.
Just hold hands, Ger. Just hold hands.
Oh, that's nice. Do a heart. Do a heart.
I haven't got one. Don't they look like?
Oh, it's too confusing for them. They can't do it. They don't know what they. Oh, what is going on there? That's not.
Ah!
You
Live
have
long and
long
prosper.
fingers,
Anyway,
Greg.
Hannah, it's been an absolute pleasure once again. Us
course.
leading this and hosting it as best we possibly can, trying to keep it on track. But yeah, appreciate your time today. Have you had fun? Have you had fun?
Of course I have. I have the most fun with you guys. And I'm really excited to see what everybody else thinks and when everybody else gets their consoles and just has a great time. I'm excited to see everyone's hype and everyone's feelings come in.
Should be good. Should be good. But before we leave, I just want to give a quick shout out to everything that we're going to be doing over launch for you guys, all in a digital way. Because obviously in the UK, we've had kind of lockdown take effect. So we're doing everything digitally for you guys to make sure you get all the content. So November takeover for the Videocast. We've done Series X today, Series S next week, then accessories, then games, then services. We're going to be doing, myself and Hannah are going to be doing an Easy Live takeover on Tuesday, which is the launch day. We're going to be doing an hour takeover of Easy Live, talking all things Xbox for launch. And there may even be some giveaways. So make sure you tune in for that, for your chance to win some giveaways for that as well.
Looking at the email that you just said, there's some expensive giveaways that I'm signing up.
There is also an official Xbox launch live stream as well from 7 p.m. till 1 a.m. on the 10th as well. So that you can look forward to, with loads of different things going on there. I said we're doing Videocast in November, and also the field team, the Microsoft field team. If you are one of our retail professionals or elites, they're going to be giving you guys plenty of digital content over the course of all of November as well, talking all things next generation. So plenty to keep you guys occupied over the course of November leading up to Christmas. So yeah, plenty to look forward to, you guys.
Indeed. I think we're going to be getting more and more festive. I can feel that happening.
Oh God, yes, let's do it. And the field guys are doing a watch along for the launch stream as well. So I think the elites and the ambassadors have been given a nudge on that. So loads. There's so much happening.
There is.
A lot happening.
So much room for activities.
Step class in here, aerobics. So many room for activities.
But on that note, guys, I'm going to say a thank you to everybody that has joined us live and for engaging with us with all your comments. Always appreciated. If you're watching on video on demand, make sure you let us know on social medias. All of our handles are on screen. So let us know your answers and your questions around Series X. But yeah, until next week, guys, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Much love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's nice.